Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Reynolds, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 234. Joining me, as always, Daniel Navaroli.
What's up, gamers? Why'd you
Here
say my
we
name like that?
are once again. I'm torn into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
My fucking cover's falling off my light.
You're not gonna keep singing the song?
Fuck me. Should we? Oh, dude, we could do the musical episode.
Is this the musical episode?
Oh, man, I've always wanted to. I really have. We've seen our opinions the whole time.
Well, we would need to really structure that out so that I can make a melody, and
Sure,
do that.
yeah.
I would really,
We could
'cause
have
I would do that with you.
some
I'm down to clown.
some music in
You know
the
what I
back
mean?
and stuff. Could get a
Yeah,
little violin going, something
I
like
have
that.
an acoustic guitar.
Oh, do you?
I'm down to clown. I'll do that, but that would be something we should set up and then have a
Sure.
script.
We could
and
get a
we sing that
musical
whole
guest
script.
as well.
Hmm.
Mm.
Andrew likes music a lot.
Does he? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
maybe
Isn't he a
Andrew would
music
be
teacher?
down.
What does he teach?
No, he's like a substitute teacher, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
He's not a musical
He's
teacher.
a
He just
music
loves music.
teacher. Okay, well, Andrew, if you want to come on the musical episode, Sims like singing, we can get Sims.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and then we can get a celebrity of some sort. I'll hit up Beyonce.
I mean, what's Ja Rule doing? Actually, I don't want him here anyways.
You know, that's a horrible
Never mind.
idea.
Never mind. I don't even want him here.
No, we're not fucking doing that. Yeah, I don't care who. Shakira.
Mm,
No.
I like Shakira, but no.
You want to get hip with the kids?
We need someone
nowadays?
that's
Who the kids
can
like?
sing.
Taylor Swift. You think she
Too
come
big.
on? Too big?
Someone they can't be too big because then they wouldn't come. But they got to be like.
Taylor Swift might come on.
Would she?
You don't think T Swift will come on the show?
I don't think so.
Sabrina Carpenter. Kids like her.
If we're just swinging to the fences, can I just get Donald Glover, Childish Gambino? How about that?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Donald seems like he's down to clown.
Oh, he'd be down. He'd be down. He's a nerd too. He'd love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? I'm sure.
He's singing about video games. Why not?
I'm sure he's all up in this Bungie news. He knows what's going on.
What are the chances that Donald Glover has played Destiny 2? And does he know does he know anything about the final shape or anything? That kind of stuff.
Has Donald Glover ever touched Destiny? I would bet he's touched it.
Probably Destiny 1.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
Has he played Destiny 2?
I would say one of the two. The Destiny franchise, I would say he's at least
Okay.
touched at some point
Probably knows about it.
in his life. Yeah. I don't know where or when, but I'm sure at some point he's booted up Destiny. One of the two.
I think so.
Yeah, I believe that. Certainly Halo back in the day. Who's booting up Halo?
You remember in 2014, the launch trailer for Far Cry 4 used Crawl, his song Crawl.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I don't remember this, but that is cool.
Yeah.
Far Cry 4, interesting game. Doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right.
If Far Cry 4, this is the same with a lot of sequels and stuff, but if Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 3 switched places, that if Far Cry 4 would be held in as high regards as 3 is.
I just don't think it's as interesting of a setting. It's not that it's a bad setting in the Himalayas, but Far Cry 3 is just really cool.
Far Cry 3 was just revolutionary at the time, sort of.
Yeah.
Not extremely revolutionary, but it was revolutionary at the time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, it's been another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah.
It actually has. A lot of news.
Yeah.
Very happy with the week.
More
it's unfortunate news, but news is news. We'll take it.
I mean, this is just news that hasn't stopped this year, so
we'll take it. So, first up, then, Sony's Bungie is making some big changes. Unfortunately, 220 employees are being laid off, and then 155 more will be slowly moving over into Sony in some capacity. So I don't know if they're getting spread out into other PlayStation teams, if they're working under Sony themselves. I think it would depend on kind of what your role was at Bungie, and then they're kind of gonna
maybe move them to live service stuff.
Yeah. So it just seems like 155 more employees are being moved throughout Sony studios and other things. And then continuing on, lastly, around 40 other employees will be creating an entirely new studio on their PlayStation studios to take over development on a new sci-fi fantasy game that was already in development over at Bungie, which is now rumored to be a MOBA, according to Jeff Grubb over on Games Mess.
Yeah.
So, Daniel, a lot there. We got
Yeah.
more today, actually.
Okay. Hit me.
Let me read this off. I think this is just kind of reiterating other stuff.
Okay.
But this is from Game Mess Morning, so I'm assuming Jeff Grubb said this. It doesn't say in particular who said this, but
That's his show. Yeah.
yeah, that's his show. So I just don't know if it was the other guy or him. Bungie has shelved Project Payload, which is the next Destiny game, either a brand new Destiny or Destiny 3. He doesn't know. And then future content for Destiny 3 will be lighter and shorter, and then the MOBA game is going under Sony, which was in that other thing. Those are the main takeaways of what Jeff Grubb said earlier today. So Daniel, a lot there. A lot of movement over at Bungie. We do know from... Was this all from the Insomniac leak where the deal between Sony and Bungie leaked of what in particular, like the quotas and whatnot that must have been met by Bungie?
I don't remember where it was at.
Yeah, I can't remember where, if it was in the Insomniac leak or if that all just came out from something else. I think it was the Insomniac leak, which is weird.
It was definitely recent.
Yeah, it was recent-ish.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But we do know from that leak that Bungie had to meet certain quotas in certain sales numbers and stuff like that. Otherwise, there was a possibility that PlayStation was able to take over the entire Bungie studios. And it seems like that might have happened. We don't know. There's rumors that Herman Hulst might have full control over Bungie studios now. Jeff Grubb, it doesn't look like Jeff Grubb reiterated on that in Game Mess today. So.
Yeah, it's probably a wait and see for that. That part of it, like if PlayStation comes out and Herman, they have a video or something with Herman talking about that or anything like that. Yeah, this is very interesting because they had layoffs at the end of last year.
Yeah.
So this is the second round just for Bungie.
Bungie now has 850 employees.
Yeah, isn't that kind of crazy?
After it all moved.
Like looking back where they were last year, like how many employees they had.
It must have been like what, over 1,200 at least.
Yeah. Like, and they were independent and they had almost 1,000 people. Like that's how big Bungie was even when they were independent. It's crazy. Yeah,
it's in Washington too. It's crazy.
Yeah. I find this very interesting. It definitely seems like it really didn't matter what the final shape did, whether it was critically. It seemed to do both critical success and it seemed to sell pretty well. I don't really know if we're going to hear the sales, but it seemed to a lot of people were playing it. So it just seems like that DLC, it didn't even matter. Like this was probably already in the works. Yeah, I think the more interesting part to me is like the moving of what the projects they're doing. You know, like what is that MOBA? No one wants that. there's just not enough room for MOBAs anyways. Like it feels like there is only room for two, and that seems to always have been the case for years now. Like Blizzard tried to make a MOBA. Do you remember Heroes of the Storm?
Oh yeah.
All their characters. It's like if Blizzard couldn't even like have one, and now it's a success. Like for the most part, it was around for years. And it's like Blizzard couldn't even make one succeed and stay. Like, is Bungie gonna do it? I don't think so.
Well, it's not even Bungie now, right? It's a new studio.
Yeah. Are they not going to be? You don't think they're going to be considered?
Well, it's Bungie... 40 Bungie employees at least. So I mean,
you don't think it's like Bungie South?
Bungie. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to end up calling it, but yeah, I don't even know if like it kind of sounds like those employees might even work out of the same building still. So I have no idea.
That's why I'm wondering if they'll just be a different Bungie name, like Bungie Austin or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the other bit is of like that other project being canceled. It doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just hope for me. It doesn't sound like that's Destiny 3. It sounds like Destiny 3 might just be a different project.
It was shelved. It wasn't canceled.
Okay, or shelved. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still, because they said that Luke, what's his name? Luke Smith. Luke Smith, when he came out this year, he was like right around when they were revealing a lot of Final Shape stuff. Luke Smith came out and said like they are still going to support Destiny 2, even after the Final Shape. in like those couple of seasons. So like that makes sense that they're going to keep doing that with even like small. Um, I forget what was they had like a different word for it or whatever. It wasn't like
Like what they're
expansion or
doing to
whatever.
Destiny 2
Yeah,
content.
yeah. Not like expansion. They were using a different word, right, or something. Content or
T2 is
something.
reportedly getting smaller content packs
Content
instead of
packs. So
expansions moving
that's
forward.
not it. That just seems to be they're just going to keep supporting it, but the rest of that main team has to be Destiny team has to be moving to, I assume, Destiny 3 because
Mm,
they they if you remember they announced that like Project Frontier or whatever that was or for Destiny,
yeah.
and people were like that might be an expansion or 3. They're not they're being very cagey. So it seems like that's where the main team's going. I hope that's a 3. I don't know if that other project was that was shelved was um Destiny 3. I mean, is there any chance that that was like some other deal that they did? Like was the NetEase game completely canceled? Is that what happened with that one?
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's some sort of deal
'Cause they
there.
got money from NetEase to make a
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
I mean, maybe this could have been like a mobile version of something, like a mobile Destiny.
Mm, I
I don't
can see
know.
that
Who
happening.
who knows what their team is so that team is so large even with this layoffs like it could have really been anything, you know.
Yeah, yeah, man. Another layoff, right? Another week, another
Another
layoff. Yeah,
another week.
it fucking sucks. You know, of course, our hearts
So
go out to those
many.
220 employees, especially, right? Like that fucking
Yeah.
sucks. Like, especially if you're one of the guys, right? You're looking over at the other cubicle, and it's like, oh, you're moving to PlayStation. You're fired. You know, it's like, well, fuck, that sucks. You know, so yeah, hearts go out to them. Hopefully, they can all land on their feet and find jobs in the industry somewhere. I know there's not too many studios in Washington, so it's like, fuck, man. If you get fired from Bungie, you're like, I don't know, what do? You go work at Sony Bend, I guess, but
I mean,
like that's the
I
only
think
other one, right? I think there's
I don't know
probably
about
others
game
in the
devs, but
area, but
there's a lot of tech there, like
yeah,
Microsoft and stuff. So I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. So yeah, that all sucks, of course, as always. And then we move on. The 150 employees to PlayStation Studios. Okay, fine. That's weird, but
Yeah.
I think Sony's just trying to extract value out of this giant purchase that they made with Bungie because it doesn't seem like they're getting all their money back that they wanted. At least I don't know. Like you said, we don't know sales numbers on the final shape. Did very well critically. I don't know how many people jump back in. That is a
Yeah.
very like hard thing to play because it is the ending of Destiny 2, right? And if you're not completely caught up with everything Destiny, you're not necessarily gonna buy that, right? So that is like a tough thing. There's a huge barrier of entry there to get to the final shape. So I could see
Did they
that.
say how many players it had at
No,
any
no,
point? I
no,
don't remember
didn't
seeing that. Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, nothing. At least
Interesting.
in these last couple days, there hasn't been anything about any of that that I've seen. Maybe there was when it
That's just
first
kind of what
came
I mean.
out or whatever.
I don't remember seeing that. Like, I
Yeah,
wonder how many players the
I
final
don't
shape actually
either.
had.
From my perspective, like outside looking at it, it didn't seem to light the world on fire. I know it did
Yeah.
extremely well critically, but
Yeah.
it didn't seem to like everyone was already all back to Destiny now. You know, it didn't seem like that from my perspective. So I don't know, but that's just me. I really have no idea. And then you move on to this mobile. Well, I guess first, like what they're moving on to, what the main thing team is moving on to. Don't you think it's Marathon?
I don't know. That to me, that has always it could be.
That's always
I mean,
felt like
I
a
could be
side game
wrong.
to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seemed like the number 2 game.
Hmm.
Like, I just don't know, like, they're already doing that game. Unless, like, I'm just wrong and, like, viewing Bungie in, like, the wrong light, like, that just feels like, "Alright, there's this team already working on Marathon," like,
Yeah.
unless they really want that game out the door so quickly, I just don't see why that main Destiny team wouldn't just, like, "Alright, let's go work in, the next new Destiny thing."
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, why
Yeah. Like the
take
main thing or whatever.
Destiny is such like a thing that it's like a constant moneymaker for them. And if they're going to work on like the next big expansion or a 3, like why would you stop that, halt that, just to go over here to make this game when it's like that's a new game, a new type of game for them. Who knows if that's going to succeed? At least if Destiny like they're not like making as much as they want, they're at least at some consistent income. Why would you stop that? Like they're lacking in income if they're keeping all these sales or these layoffs, right? They're not making enough money, so laying people
Right.
off.
Yeah.
So if Destiny's making some money, you shouldn't stop that.
Yeah,
And maybe that's what the little updates for Destiny 2 are, but I don't know. That just seems small to me.
yeah.
If you want more people to come in, Destiny 3 would bring a lot of people in,
Sure, yeah, that would bring
even
whole
more than a
boatload
big
of people.
expansion again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's so many people out there like me that really only play base Destiny or whatever, and I'd hop back in for Destiny 3 or whatever. And then
Yeah.
shit, maybe you get people like me to hop on for the entire ride of Destiny 3 or whatever, you'd pick up some new people like that. Yeah, I really don't know. I guess in my mind, I kind of always thought they'd be sick of Destiny by now. It's been 10 years, right, since
Yeah.
the first Destiny. It's kind of like Halo, like they ran their course with it and then move on to a new franchise. That's kind of what I was hoping for. But I don't know. It doesn't particularly seem like they're going that direction. And then this whole MOBA thing, I guess fine. I don't know. I don't really know what they're doing there. Like you said, there's so few MOBAs that actually succeed. I mean, Bungie is one of those teams though that I would put my money on that they could succeed in any genre that they want to,
That's
right?
true. That's
It's like,
true.
yeah, so they are just one of those special teams where I'm like, no, they could probably do
I mean,
it. They're
they
probably one of the very few that could pull it off if they
they
really
can hit
wanted
a
to.
niche with MOBAs if they have like a different angle, like the only other one that comes to mind that other than like Heroes of the Storm, the only other one that like had a different angle was Smite.
Hmm.
Like that was like a third, like there was that third person mode, and they had it was a MOBA, but like that was like a little bit different, and they had their own twist. Smite was pretty popular, but there's just not that much room for MOBAs. Like people want to play Dota and League. That's it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, here we are now. You gotta wonder if PlayStation regrets this decision and full on purchasing them. If they're not making their money back, seems like they're having a lot of trouble internally with all these layoffs and stuff. I
Yeah,
just don't know. Like
they
it
spent a
sounds
lot of
like
money.
it sounds like a very good idea on paper, right? Like let's buy Bungie. Like of course that'll be successful, but it's like that's a lot to run. That's a lot to manage over there. It's
A lot of
like we
people.
said, over 1,000 employees when they first purchased it. Multiple projects working on the same time, and then Destiny is just a fucking machine that you got to keep feeding and feeding and feeding to keep that fan base satisfied. It's just these live service games, man. It's so hard. It is so hard to keep that shit running.
And
It seems
Destiny is like the biggest one.
right, exactly. So it just seems so difficult to keep that stuff running. And like, I get the idea. I get that it sounds great purchasing Bungie, but it's just, man, it
They
must
spent
be
a
a
lot of money. What was it,
giant
like three
headache over
billion or
there.
something?
Yeah,
Right?
it's a lot of fucking money, man. So.
A lot of money.
So yeah, I guess we'll see where they all go from here. I don't know. I don't know. Like personally, I would want something completely different from any of these rumored projects, right? Like Marathon doesn't sound like too appealing to me. It sounds kind of fun. It sounds like the most fun
Yeah.
thing on the slate to me. Destiny 3, I'd be like, maybe we'll see. The MOBA, I would never touch. So yeah, I don't know. It's not a lot for me here personally that I'm quite looking forward to. Bungie has been
Yeah.
very odd for me. Just the last decade. I mean, they're essentially dead to me. It's just like I liked base game Destiny and Destiny 2. Didn't love
Yeah.
those. Like if I was making like a top 100 games of the last gen or whatever, they wouldn't even sniff that list.
The only reason why I would, obviously I'm a big Destiny fan.
Yeah.
I would push back with that just because I think the gunplay is better than like,
No, it is. I completely agree.
everything.
The first
So I think
person
just base
shooting
gameplay.
aspect
Yeah.
of Bungie is still better than anyone. I completely
Yeah.
agree with that. But it's just the games have lacked substance for me.
That's
They've
fair.
lacked heart.
That's the
It's
only
just
pushback I would give to that is
yeah,
like
it's
the
just
gameplay's better than like
them and BioWare just have been dead to me since the
sure.
360 era, and that sucks. That breaks my heart because those are like
Yeah.
Halo and Mass Effect, two of my favorite franchises ever, right? But it is what it is at this point. So it's just, yeah. I mean, but that's just me personally. I know I'm on the outskirts there. There's a lot of people that
Sure.
feel differently, a lot of people that love Destiny, clearly. So yeah. So I don't know. Anything else you really got to say on this?
I yeah, I don't know. Like it seems like the sentiment around Bungie has just been negative for a while, and then they had like a couple months there right around the final shape, or even before the final shape was pretty negative, and then when the final shape was going on, everyone was like, "Oh man, Bungie, they landed the plane," like the game's great. It was a great expansion, good end to this saga that they had going on, and then it like we kind of slowed down, like there's after the few seasons after that expansion, and then now we're right back to like, man, it sucks over there, doesn't it? What's going on? So like, I don't know what's up with Bungie or what's gonna happen. It's It just seems like everyone in the industry, like, we're just gonna fire half of the industry and then we'll just call it a day. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
I'm thinking about it more too. It seems incredibly odd that they would pull back on whatever the next Destiny project is. And I guess that's what you were kind of saying. It's just
Yeah,
why would they pull back on Destiny 3 right now, you know? It's like shouldn't it be full steam ahead to Destiny 3
yeah.
right now?
Unless they're just trying to draw as much out of 2 as possible.
Yeah, just for the meantime and while they
Yeah,
really nail what Destiny 3 is going to be, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just from the reports, it doesn't even really sound like that. It just sounds like we're scaling back on Destiny 3 for later. I don't know. Is it now the time to go full steam ahead on Destiny 3 now that it
You
ended?
would think
Like, isn't
so.
the final shape the last big expansion, especially with them saying lighter content packs now? Just yeah, I don't know. That's very odd. Like if I
Just
was
'cause it's
them,
further out? I
if
don't
I'm
know.
PlayStation, I'm like, no, you guys get a game plan going here. We're doing Marathon 2025 and then Destiny 3 2026. You know
Yeah, I mean,
that
that's
should be
further
the
out
game
than
plan.
they would have because, like, Bungie has always had a yearly something.
Hmm.
And then in Destiny 1, like, they kinda have
Well,
a few
next year could
expansions a
be
year.
Marathon, right?
Yeah, but no,
I
they've
guess
always had a
not
yearly
yearly.
thing
Oh, yearly
for
Destiny. You're
Destiny.
saying? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, they've
Well,
always had at
next
least
year you get
one.
marathon. It's
Yeah,
just what I would do, right? It's
yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Hold off
If
for
I'm
an
PlayStation,
extra year.
that's the game plan I'm laying out for you guys. Is like do that, and then we'll do full steam ahead into Destiny 3, and you guys are big enough to where you can manage both marathon and Destiny 3 theoretically. Still, you know, and
Yeah,
they're 50 employees. That's still a fuck ton of people.
yeah, that is
Yeah.
still it's a huge team.
Yeah. Okay.
That's like double Bethesda.
Yeah. Right. It's fucking huge, man.
Isn't that crazy?
That is. It's a lot of people.
You
Uh,
wouldn't you wouldn't have guessed that.
yeah, no, you really wouldn't think that. But like I said, I mean, dude, it just takes so many people to manage these live service games.
Hmm.
The constant content updates. All right, let's move on to some Xbox news then. First up, a new Xbox controller was announced. This time, it's a blue translucent controller called Sky Cipher, and you can pre-order it right now. Didn't see an exact release date. Daniel,
Yeah, I missed the release date too.
you fan of these the see-through controllers?
Yes,
Hell
I
yeah,
want to get
hell
that
yeah,
controller so bad. I forgot to like pre-order it. Maybe I should try to pre-order it. Yeah, that controller's sick. It's nasty. Come on,
nasty.
we need more now. Everyone, we're
Yeah,
bringing the
they
'90s
should add the
back.
translucent option to the
Yeah,
Xbox Design Labs. Yeah.
it doesn't need to be a full slate of colors because like I think there's that like fading option you can get on Design Lab, and it's like
Mm,
just like a few options there. And I think there's also the like military like camo option there on there, and
mm.
there's only a couple. Do something like that. Give like four or five, three, four,
Yeah,
five
give me a traditional
colors.
Xbox green translucent
Yeah, a
paint. Yeah,
green,
yeah.
a blue, a purple, a red.
I like that.
Maybe like an orange or a yellow or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
His
yeah, boom,
stain yellow. Let's go.
piss stain yellow.
That's what I want.
That's what. Yeah, it's Connor P
Yeah,
color.
Connor P color. Yeah, 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 yeah. Connor after a heavy night drinking color.
Or as we like to call Connor every night.
I cry myself to sleep. Anyways, yeah, I like this too. I like the controller. I think it
Yeah, it
looks cool.
looks
I
good.
like the translucent thing.
Blue's my favorite color.
Oh, is it okay? Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't buy a blue one. A green one, I'd probably be
green.
into. Yeah,
A
yeah, yeah.
green would
Give
be
me.
cool just for it being Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. You give me that, I'll probably be all over that. That'd be fun. I'd definitely pick up one of those. So yeah, very cool, very cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Next up, then, according to a LinkedIn profile, former Obsidian employee said that Obsidian Entertainment is working on a third unannounced project alongside Avowed and Outer Worlds 2. But let's just tie in the other news here from Obsidian because this
Sure.
is the bigger news. So earlier today, a new report from Tom Henderson, or no, I believe it's Tom Warren. Tom Warren claimed
Mhm.
that Avowed is getting a slight delay into 2025, sometime early into 2025. His main reasoning was that Stalker 2 has now gotten delayed to mid-November, which seems to have taken the spot of where Avowed would have come out. So I think Xbox is just kind of thinking, well, we already got a decent sized game coming out for Game Pass, especially in mid-November. So let's just bump Avowed a little bit into early next year.
Indiana Jones, possibly December as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And he didn't mention anything about Indy, so which I was looking for. I was looking in the comments, see if he like replied to someone there. He didn't mention anything about Indy, so it seems for right now. Indy's still on track for when
Yeah.
I believe Tom Warren reported earlier that Indy is December. So I would assume that is still on track for December.
Yeah. So if this reporting is true, what are you thinking? Like a January, February release?
I would hope. Do not go the first week of March because that seems to be where Nintendo is going for their next console. So
Yeah, so maybe January.
I would avoid that like the plague. That is almost as scary as GTA 6. Not quite, but that is that is something
It's
to
not
avoid.
GTA 6,
It's
but I mean,
not, but
yeah,
like you have to
it's a
avoid
big
it.
deal. Yeah.
The conversation at very least will be entirely taken over by Switch 2
A
and
new
whatever is
boost. Yeah, new
launching
Switch.
aside.
Yeah.
If you come out February 28th and Switch 2 is March next week, the first week of March, no one's going to be talking about a
You got to
value.
be
I
like at
can
least 2 weeks
guarantee that.
before.
At least I would say even more. If you're gonna go early, go late January, very early February is
Yeah.
what I would recommend. But they probably won't listen to me and they'll go the first week of March, same day.
Same day as the direct.
Yeah, same day as the launch of the Switch too.
Yeah, I there's a lot of games that are going to be coming out, and like um take their time, That's all I really have to say about it. Like it I want to play this game. I love Obsidian. Take their time. Yeah. As long as you need. And then with like the rumored other game, that kind of tells me it's probably is does it say like what type of game?
No, says absolutely
Okay.
nothing about it.
Like that kind of tells me that these smaller teams are now kind of moving away. So I wonder if the grounded team is kind of moving away, and then maybe even what's his name?
Well, Grounded wrapped. Grounded is
Yeah,
done.
it's done,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
what's the other guy's name? Blanking,
Uh,
completely blanking.
Swire, John. Nah, I
Sawyer,
can't remember. Sawyer. There you go.
Josh
Yeah, we got
Sawyer,
there. We got there.
Josh Sawyer.
Power of two.
His team, obviously they've been done for like a couple years now, right? When was that? 2022? That wasn't last year. It was Pentiment, right?
Pentiment? It
It's
must have
two,
been
right?
22. Yeah. It could
Yeah,
have
it
even
wasn't
been
last.
21. I have no idea. I
I
think
think
it
it
was
was
two though.
22.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he's been sitting for almost 2 years now, hopefully making something, or maybe that's all one team. Maybe he's doing an RPG. Who knows? Yeah.
That guy's interesting because didn't he threaten to leave if he couldn't make Pentiment?
I don't know if that's actually true, but
Is that not
it
true?
wouldn't surprise me.
Wasn't he like, I'm making this game or I'm out?
I think. Well, I think he joked about that.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah, there was that no clip documentary about Pentiment. I
Yeah.
think he kind of joked about it, but because I think he like after Pillars of Eternity 2, he was like, I need something to refresh my brain. So I think
Mm,
like more of like if you don't let me do something like this, he probably end up would because
there
he would
will
just
be
be burnt out.
consequences.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I think this is probably a Josh Sawyer game if I'm gonna guess. Maybe with that other like what was that like 20 people working on Grounded? Maybe
Yeah.
they are over to do like some other small project.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, I mean, how many people are on Pentiment? It's probably around the same size, honestly.
10,
10,
I
20.
think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right around there.
no, I think 10 or
10. Okay.
not much more than that, I think.
Yeah.
I think he said it was like only two of them for a good portion of the time. It's like him and the artist.
Yeah. So with the third game, I have what I think it is, and I have what I want it is. What I think it is, I think it's a Grounded 2. I think that game was actually pretty successful
Yeah,
for all things considered. There's also a Grounded TV show being made in development, and so I could see
fair.
them
That's a good point.
wanting to keep that going. Put it out and everything, keep the Grounded name out there, keep that going, keep it rolling. Yeah, that seems like a smart idea to me.
I think yeah.
Make a good franchise out of that. What do I want it to be? Fallout New Vegas 2, whatever the fuck it is, right? Whatever you
Fallout
want to call
blank,
Fallout,
and
whatever.
then just
Yeah,
be
yeah.
Josh Sawyer.
A Fallout made by Obsidian.
Yeah,
That's what I want it to be. That's what I want them to make more than anything. So, yeah, either of those two. I think it's probably Grounded 2, but if it was
would you be
Fallout,
cool with it being a little different of a Fallout game?
oh,
Would
I
you be cool with
prefer
it
it to
being
be a little.
more?
I prefer it to be.
Um,
I would prefer it to be an Obsidian-sized RPG, like a
well, that's
40-hour
not what I
type
was
of thing.
gonna
But what do
get
you?
at.
Yeah, what are you pitching?
What if it was more like a Disco Elysium Fallout game,
I'd be cool with that too.
like a top-down CRPG,
Yeah.
very small focus because it's gonna be a small team, a lot of Josh Sawyer writing, but in an RPG, maybe not a lot of combat. Would you be cooler like more narrative Fallout?
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I don't think that's what Fallout fans want,
You
especially
don't
if
think they would like
Obsidian's.
something? No.
No, 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 no. I think if it came out, Obsidian's making a 20-hour top-down, old school sort of Fallout game. Still an RPG, but more the top-down perspective, more like Fallout 1 and 2. I
Yeah.
think majority of fans would be disappointed by that, especially
Interesting.
with it being Obsidian. I think because a vast majority of Fallout fans consider Fallout New Vegas the best Fallout. So I think we all just want a proper Fallout New Vegas too, right? Like,
Yeah.
not necessarily saying it's got to be a New Vegas, but we want a proper what
Yeah.
Fallout is in the modern day game from Obsidian, right? That I think we'd all be a little bit disappointed. Now, if what's the other team that's making the Clockwork Revolution game? That made Fallout 1
In
and 2
Exile.
in Exile. If they came out and they said that they're making that what you just pitched right there, a top-down old school Fallout game like that, then I think a lot of people would be excited. Like that would make a lot of sense, I think that'd make more
More
sense
like
for that
Wasteland.
team than it would Obsidian, right? I think.
Yeah.
And I also don't think it's Fallout because I think either the Outer Worlds 2 team or the Avowed team would be handling that majority, right? That's if it was a big proper Fallout game, what Fallout is in the modern lens, it would be one of those two teams handling it because it'd be a big giant Obsidian game. So and I don't think it is. I think we'll get there eventually, but I don't know. The timelines don't really match up either. It's because if they started working on a Fallout now, that'd be out what 2029 ish, 2028 maybe, and then we'd already be kind of getting closer and closer to Fallout 5. And I think Bethesda would just be like, and we want to be the first ones to bring back Fallout in the last. That would be almost 15 years at that point, right? So yeah, I think the timelines just don't quite match up. We needed to start this in 2020 is when this needed to be started. If Obsidian was going to make a Fallout game, not now, because we're just going to be getting closer and closer to Fallout 5. And I don't think Todd Howard is going to like that very much.
Unless they, yeah, because he said that they didn't want to like flood the
I know
content with
people
like
like Fallout
Fallout.
New Vegas more, but it used a lot of assets from Fallout 3. It is essentially a Fallout 3 DLC, right? They took everything that Bethesda built with Fallout 3 and just used all those assets, all those tools and everything to make Fallout New Vegas. And I think Todd would much prefer that they go first and then Obsidian can do that again, then Obsidian go first. And then they're the ones that have to piggyback off that.
See, I think that's where like that like top-down CRPG could fit in. Like,
yeah, it could. I just think
like,
if
that
that
wouldn't
was
be stuck
from
on any
Obsidian,
toes.
people would be disappointed.
Yeah.
Personally, but yeah, don't know.
Makes
Don't know. Yeah. So I don't know. I would still just make Obsidian the Elder Scrolls Fallout team. Just
sure.
flip flop. That's still my dream. And it seems like that guy pitched that. The guy that works for the Dying Light guys now. I can't remember his name, but he was on Colin's show and he got interviewed there, and then he said the whole thing when they pitched a spin-off Elder Scrolls game back in like 2014 ish. And it's like we could have had it. The dream was there. The dream was there before Xbox even came into the picture. It's they literally could have been like just a Bethesda South, and that would have been great. That would have been fucking awesome because I'd be much more hyped for Avowed if it was the Elder Scrolls whatever. If it was the Elder Scrolls Avowed, then I would be just regular Avowed. I'm still excited for Avowed. I'm still gonna play the shit out of it. Don't get me wrong, but it would have some more juice on it.
Obsidian is such a fun, interesting studio. They've
Yeah,
been
they
like a
really
gun
are.
for hire from everyone.
Yeah, yeah. With the third
Crazy.
project, I am hopefully it is just a smaller thing. Like a Grounded 2 is a smaller thing. So like yeah, I like Obsidian still being able to make their one smaller thing every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Grounded 2 is like, I think that's just a great idea. Just keep it going. The 20 hours or whatever I played a Grounded 1 before it was like 1.0. I had a great time. I'm just not been big into survival games, but like it was super charming. Like, yeah, make it Grounded 2. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Next up then, an Astrobot themed limited edition controller will be released alongside the game on September 6th. Pre-orders go live on August 9th. Daniel, Astrobot getting a cute little controller here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think generally PlayStation does pretty good with like just standard colors of controllers. But I've never really been that impressed, even to like the DualShock 4s of like their special edition ones. There's a couple that are okay, you know. This is definitely, I think, on one of their better like special edition controllers, you know. Um, but then it's like it's so funny. It was like, was it literally the next day we got that Xbox Blue one?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, well, Xbox just did a better controller the next day. It's like, well, I don't know. Like I think it's a good looking controller, but it is a little plain. Like just kind of a little bit of blue, you know, on each of the handles,
Mhm.
and then the eyes. It's a little plain, but it looks nice.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's really cute. It's in
Yeah.
the trailer. You know, it's the one that they're flying around. So I think that's
Hmm.
fucking awesome. I wish the eyes moved. Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that. I want
Would
like
you
the little.
pay double the price for that?
Fuck yeah. Oh hell yeah, I
You
would.
would?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd drop
cool.
$200 on that. 100%. 100%. I'd drop
Nice.
$200 on that. If
Get
the
Herbie
eyes
close to the
move,
phone.
dude, makes little like cute astrobot noises through the thing.
All
Oh,
right.
I fucking love that. Oh,
If
I
it made
love
a
that.
noise, I'm throwing
Winks
it in the
at
wall.
you when like you get like a trophy or something like that. That'd be fucking awesome, dude. I'm into that. I'm into that. Talks to you, can be my friend.
No. Would you please be my friend controller?
Says no. Walks out the room. Flies out the room.
No. Yeah, it just starts gliding at the room.
Breaks the window. Flies out. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I think this controller is actually awesome. It's one of my favorite looking controllers we've gotten this gen. I think probably this and like the Starfield one.
The Starfield one's so nice.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
that's a
Fucking love the
great
Starfield
looking
one.
controller.
I really like the Spider-Man one too that they did last year. Um,
Yeah, I wasn't too crazy because I wasn't even too crazy about the design. I think we talked about that when it came out, like even the design
yeah,
of the console. For that one, I liked the original Spider-Man ones more. Just that like red and the white, and the controller was red and white. I preferred that more than like the new Spider-Man 2 stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's really cool. I'm gonna pick up this controller, so looking forward to it. Looking
You're gonna
forward to it.
get it.
Oh yeah, I'm
Nice.
gonna get this one. I like this one like quite a bit.
I'm
Uh,
excited for that game. So
Me
excited
too,
for that
man.
game.
We're like a month out now, so or like five
Yeah,
weeks.
when is that?
September 6th.
The 6th. Okay.
Yeah, not too
Yeah,
long now.
that and the Star Wars might get me out of the gaming slump. Maybe
Hell yeah,
we'll see.
hell yeah. Our last news story then. The next Mortal Kombat 1 expansion will be out on September 24th and will feature characters like Terminator and Ghostface. Daniel, classic Mortal Kombat characters.
Yeah. They also like they're doing Sector and Cyrax. They're kind of like a little bit of a new redesign. They're kind of like like the models are a little like slimmer. They look a little like smaller. They than they did in the last three games. I'm not crazy about Ermac. Did you see Ermac's look?
No.
He's the one on the left of like there's like Sector and Cyrax and then Ermax right there. I always loved Ermac's like character design because he was always his like story. He has like 1,000 souls in him or whatever. So there's always like green and stuff. I just do not like his look. I think they made Ermac look pretty bad. I'm gonna be honest.
You look dopey, Ermac.
He does not. Yeah, he looks dopey. I love Ermac. My favorite Ermac design is probably from Mortal Kombat 9. I love his look in Mortal Kombat 9. He has like a move where he like all the souls like float him and then he like slams down on the person. Yeah, Ermac was always cool, but yeah, we get Terminator, Ghostface, you know, where's RZA, Jizza, um, Method Man, you know,
Fuck yeah.
You
Fuck yeah.
God, ODB. Where's the rest of them?
Where,
Capadonna.
where- where's that game, Xbox?
Where's that game? You know, where's that game?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, Mortal Kombat is still not very interesting to me. Have you seen this 2X game by Riot? Whatever it's called.
Yeah, it was. Remember, it was like Project whatever,
Oh, have we talked
and
about it
then
before?
we've talked about this game. Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
we talked about it a couple years ago when they announced it. Yeah, it's awful name.
Yeah. Terrible name.
It's awful.
Terrible name.
It's so
Terrible
bad.
name.
It's
The idea
so
sounds
bad.
awesome though. Like calling
Yeah,
in someone and you know like 2v2 fighting game. That sounds fucking cool.
yeah, yeah. They're the game is. I'm interested in the game. I just don't like that it's free to play as well. I don't know.
Mm,
Like Riot just like
I didn't even
has
know
that
that.
problem. Yeah. I mean, it's like Valorant, you know, and in League, like
I
all their
tried
games are free to
Valorant
play.
the other day.
I want to try it. I just don't
Yeah.
have Game Pass right now to like.
It's I don't know if you need Game Pass.
Do you not have to? On the
It's a
thing it
free to
said
play
something about
game.
Game Pass.
Oh, maybe
Oh,
you need
okay.
it just for the multiplayer
I
aspect, you
Well,
know?
I thought that
Because
it
like
was like, oh, I need that for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
you might
no,
need
that's
like the
right.
lowest tier to play on
Yeah.
multiplayer. Yeah, that might
I
be
thought
it.
there was like it's in early access and it's only on Game Pass right now. Is that not true?
I don't know. I downloaded it on PlayStation, and it was just like a free
Oh,
thing. So I
okay.
don't know. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't. Yeah, I don't.
Never. Yeah, I guess it's
I
just free
really
then.
don't know.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even have. I guess I would have to get the lowest just to get online. I didn't
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah.
Um, I would like to try it out. I love
Plays well. It wasn't really. Like the shooting feels good, but
but you haven't even
not
really
necessarily my type of thing. But
get into CS at all, right? Like you're
who?
not a Counter Strike. Counter Strike.
Oh, Counter Strike. No, I mean I
Yeah,
played
you're
it
not.
on the computer back in high school
Yeah,
for a minute, but no, yeah. Other than that,
yeah. If you're not really into that type of game, like that's the kind of the game, but it has like abilities and stuff.
sure.
I'm interested. Valorant's a game I'd like to play, but yeah, the fighter. Like I'm interested in that world. Arcane um, got me interested in that world. Then I played that RPG that they did,
Oh yeah.
Ruined King.
Didn't they do something
Uh,
else too?
I mean, they had those other 3 games that I never got to check out
What
yet,
were
or
they?
maybe there's 4. Is it Convergence, Rune Keeper, New something,
New.
and I think there's one more. Yeah, I think there's 4. But remember, they're done with Riot Forge.
Mm. Okay.
Remember, they stopped that. They're like, we're not really making any money.
Yeah.
But the team that did Ruined King, they're gonna keep going. I forget their name. They do like other turn-based games.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious in that fighter though. I just don't. I'm always questionable about Riot's money practices,
Yeah.
to say the
Yeah. They are a
least.
strange company. Seems like they just hit
Yeah.
the jackpot with League, and now they're just like, let's just
Valorant's huge.
let's throw some shit at the wall and see what sticks. And Valorant is one of those things that stuck, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had that card game that I know people kind of like, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I never checked that one out.
That's gonna do it for news of the week. We got to hear that pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll now move on to what we've been playing. Daniel, what have you been playing?
I think we should move on to you. I have not really played anything this week.
Oof,
This
oof.
week
It's gonna
was
be a rough show because I haven't either.
this week was work, and then I cut myself.
Oh, yeah.
I could probably still play, like I tell you how I hold a controller, right? Like,
Yeah.
it'd be a little bit harder to like have a nice firm grip, even though
Mm.
it's not like a trigger finger or anything, but it is on my primary hand. You're not gonna be able to see like I just rewrapped it.
When I was
Um,
like 9 years old, maybe 10, I broke my arm, and it was like one of those I had to get the full cast over the whole
oh,
blade, and I had to learn to play Xbox like this.
did it go? Was it like
It
one of
like
you? It was
went up
wrapping.
into my hand, yeah. So like it
Yeah,
wrapped here,
so you couldn't
yeah,
even hold palm
yeah. I
anything.
couldn't get the thing, yeah, yeah. It was very fucking annoying.
Wow, how long did you have the cast?
It was a while, dude. It was like 8 weeks, something like that.
Hmm.
I guess it's not that long, but yeah, it felt like a
I mean,
long time.
I feel like I would have guessed like a couple
A little
months.
bit less, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a couple months, but
Well, it's like
yeah.
half a year.
Oh,
I
that
I
long,
I have
yeah.
no idea. I've never broken an arm.
Oh, yeah,
This is
yeah.
the first stitches or cut I've ever really had like that.
Really
I've worked in the food industry for 13 years. Never cut
interesting.
my finger with a knife
Damn,
and
never broke
never
a
had stitches.
finger.
No.
Dude, I've broken like 4 fingers.
Nah, never broken a bone. I
Never
was a
broken a
pretty
bone,
wild kid
really.
and like growing up with my bike and stuff, but never broke a
You
bone.
never broke anything, huh? Damn. I
Yeah.
have a huge scar on the back of my head. My brother threw me against the fucking wall.
Oof. Like
Dude,
having fun or you guys
uh,
wrestling?
I don't know what the fuck we were doing, man. I don't know.
My
Do you
turn
have
on the Xbox.
you have a brother, but he's different age, huh? He's
Yeah,
way younger. Yeah,
I'm like 12 years older than him.
Oh, hey, you got a brother 5 years near your age. You get in a lot of fights, so yeah, shit happens. So yeah, I got a huge scar there.
Yeah,
Anyways,
get this
what
looked
are we
at
talking about?
again. Get this looked at again on Monday.
Oh yeah, you sent
I
me a
think the
picture
stitches
of
are
it. It
coming
looked
out.
like a pretty bad cut.
That was where, yeah, that picture that I
That
sent.
was after the stitches.
That was that day. That was on
Yeah.
that was Tuesday. I got relooked. I got everything. So I got cut on Sunday, and then got the stitches on Sunday.
Hmm.
Then went back to work on Monday. I couldn't really do a lot, but and then I went to work on Tuesday. After work on Tuesday, I had it re-looked at, and then they want me to like. They're not so worried about it getting wet really anymore.
They're worried.
So, but they
Oh,
want
they're
me to
worried about the
clean it.
bandage getting wet.
For the first couple days, they were like, keep it wrapped,
Yeah.
clean, don't get it wet, because it was still it was probably still mostly open, right? They don't want water. You could develop an infection. Um, and then yeah, Tuesday they were like, yeah, now you need to like clean it every day, rewrap it every day. So and then Monday after work, I'll hopefully get the stitches out. Hopefully it'll be done. I think that's what that appointment's for, but
Stitches are
we'll see.
annoying.
Yeah, these aren't dissolvable ones. The
Oh
doctor
yeah,
was
not one of
he
them.
was like, it's at the tip. There's a lot of nerve endings, and
Yeah,
he wanted like strong thread. And he's
yeah,
like, the dissolvable ones are not as strong.
yeah.
So if you want to like really have it done properly, because like it was two cuts. One was like near the tip of the finger. It's like he really
Mm.
was like he wanted it to hold tight. So they're gonna have to get in there and get it
Must have
out.
been
I
a
don't know
deep
how that
cut, huh?
works. Yeah, he said it didn't hit any muscle.
I think they just pull it. Like they get in there a little bit and then they just kind of like
They
pull
better
it
be
through.
numbing all that up again. um,
He should have put that
yeah.
fucking nail in your fingernail while he was at it.
No, I talk. I actually, it's funny you said that because I talked to the nurse about
Yeah,
that,
that he
and
should have handled that right there.
I talked to the nurse about that, and she was like, she kind of looked at it for a second because we were just like sitting there,
Yeah.
and she was like, yeah, it'll take a long time. I was like, it would have fell out if it would have already, right? And she's like,
Yeah.
really, no. She's like, it looks like it's gonna fall out just from what she could tell,
The whole
and
nail is?
she said it'll just immediately be pushed out by another one,
Okay.
but just wrap it with a band-aid after it falls out
Yeah.
because it'll still be slow, but it will be pushed out, is what she
Gonna
said.
look gonna look weird when that nail comes off.
Yeah, it's slowly moving. It's gotten darker because it's
Ugh.
my nails growing. You know.
I'll tell that doctor, stick that hot nail right in my finger while you're at it.
I mean, it's not. It's there's no pressure in it anymore. But
Yeah.
why is everything gonna happen in my right hand?
Yeah, that's
I'm
weird.
right-handed. Why can't it be my left hand?
God's trying to take off your right hand, dude. You're gonna come back a little nub next week.
Jesus. So you haven't been playing anything?
No, no, not really. I beat Kamitsugami,
Oh,
Path of the
sweet.
Goddess.
You're in that
Yeah.
final boss.
Yeah, dude, that final boss was hard. That took me days. I didn't beat it till Sunday night. I didn't beat it, dude, it took me so many tries. That final boss was really fucking hard. That was like very difficult. I went on Reddit. I'm like asking people. I'm like, what the fuck is everyone doing to beat this boss? Because I am just having so much trouble. I had to go back and respec everything. So I had to like
Yeah.
take all the upgrades I had in my guys and just
Is it free to respec?
yeah, it's free to respect.
Okay.
You can take back all your points that you've accrued throughout the whole game. And
Cool.
yeah, someone on Reddit was just like, yeah, it's very tough. Just upgrade the ninjas all the way. So I was like, oh, okay, I didn't even think of that. And
Did the ninjas just counter whatever the boss did?
kinda. So the boss was in two phases, which made it really difficult. The first phase wasn't that bad. That was when you had the soldiers. But the problem is you want to get through the first phase with all your health replenishes
Yeah.
through the whole thing so that you can use them in the
Like a
second phase.
Souls game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot, honestly. But like, so the first phase, you have your villagers. So I had the ninjas there and a couple other arrow guys just to fucking shoot them from afar. And so we got through that like very slowly. Like I had to go so slow, so I wasn't losing health.
Keep
So it's like,
dodging. Yeah.
yeah, just keep dodging and just like wait for him to come to me, and then like counter all his attacks, and then he would send guys at the goddess at different points. It's like, I know I talked about this game a lot last week, so I won't like go too deep
That's
into what
okay.
it is
I love
again.
hearing about it. This game
But
is awesome.
so like the boss would send guys like halfway through at the goddess, and it's like, okay, but I want the ninjas to stay on him, so I would pretty much go back and handle all the guys while the ninjas are still just chipping away at his health. And then yeah, so eventually I was able to get that phase down after like a bunch of retries. I was able to get it down pretty well, and then so I was able to get through that pretty easily with all my health things still. And then the second phase, you're alone. The villager, the boss kills all the villagers in the cutscene. I'm like, you motherfucker. And so you're all alone in the second phase, and that gets really fucking hard. That got really challenging because if he could one shot you with this special move that he would do like 3 times throughout the whole thing, and if he does that, he's gonna go kill the goddess immediately. It's like you can, there's upgrades and stuff you can get to make it so that your guy comes back faster after you die. But even with that, it was just like he would get the goddess like all the way to like
Oh,
a
so
quarter of the health left.
you can respawn?
Yeah. When you die, it's not game over. It is
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so even on a lot of levels that comes in handy because if you die,
Yeah.
it's like okay, at least your villagers are all still there. Hopefully they can you can at least send them to go defend the goddess until you respawn, right? Uh, so yeah, and then it just took me forever, man. It was just slow and steady last boss fight. It was very difficult, and I know there's a new game plus in this that has like a special little cutscene.
Mm,
If you beat that again, so I looked that up because I don't want to play the whole thing. That was very
yeah.
cool. Game has a cool ending, cool last cutscene, stuff like that. And yeah, I really enjoyed this game, man. It was definitely a big surprise for me. I highly recommend it. It was a really
Is
good
this
time
like
if you like these
a
things.
chance to be like a top 10 for you this year?
I would say so. Yeah, it's like
Yeah. Like lower on the top 10, but
let me
like
look. Like, how many games have I even beaten that are new this year?
good question.
Let's
Like a
see.
Dragon, right?
Yeah, I got so
Rebirth.
like a dragon, Penny's Big Breakaway,
Pennies, yeah, that's right.
Rebirth, Little Kitty Big City,
Oh yeah.
Still
Yeah.
Wakes the Deep, and now this. So that it's only and Stellar Blade. So I got one, two,
Stellar
three,
Blood.
4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So I've beaten 7 new games this year. That's it. So yeah, right now
I
easily,
mean,
but
for sure.
yeah,
But I'm thinking like there's Astrobot and Star
yeah.
Wars and
No, there's so
maybe
much by the end of the
indie.
year. It's like
Yeah,
I guess Avowed's getting taken off there now, so that's
potentially.
taking a
Yeah.
little bit of something away. But yeah, I would say this probably makes it into my top 10. I don't know how high, but yeah, I would say it probably gets up in there.
Hmm.
Try
It's
to
still some
guess.
praise though.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Like I really enjoyed this game. Shit, man, I might just give my Gotti to the Little Kitty Big City. You know.
Let's go, dude.
Game of the year. Yeah,
A
Game of
little
the Year is
kitty.
gonna be very interesting. I don't know because there's I mean the fall rush is gonna be upon us in a month, so and then from there I'm just it'll be all new games theoretically
Yeah,
until till the end
it's
of the
tough. It's
year.
gonna be tough for us because like Sims hasn't been on the show that much this year. So like I'm not sure like what his stuff's gonna be, you
Sims has
know.
only played Infinite Wealth and then he's slowly playing Rebirth, but he hates
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah. So I mean maybe he'll
I
sneak in
was
some other
texting him
games.
about it like 2 weeks ago. Sometimes he'll just randomly text me about Rebirth, and I'm just like, okay, let me answer your questions here. And he just hates it. He fucking can't stand this game. I'm
Is it because he's
shocked.
going for the platinum or he
No,
just hates the game?
he's mainlining it. He stopped doing all the other things from what he's told me, and he's
Is it the
still
open world?
yeah. He does not enjoy it, and I'm like, why don't you stop playing it? And he's like, no. It's like okay. What do you-
So that yeah, well, like what's gonna be our I guess is it gonna be like a dragon? I mean, no complaints for
I
me.
mean, at this point, yeah. Like yeah, if Sims hates Rebirth, right? Then that's out. I mean, it can still be in our top 10, right? Cuz I don't mean you like it, but yeah, I guess that'll be out of that conversation. And I don't know what else he's going to play. I'm assuming we're all going to like Avowed or no, not Avowed, fucking Indie.
Mhm.
I'm assuming we're all going to
We're all
like
gonna like
Astrobot.
Astrobot.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming we're all gonna like Zelda. I don't know if he'll play
Oh
that,
yeah,
but
Zelda.
I'm
Oh my
assuming we're all like
god.
that.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see with Star Wars. Like I'm assuming me and
Yeah.
you will at least like that, but I don't know. I don't know about Sims.
But what level? Who knows?
Yeah, to what level? How much we'll all like that? Who knows? But yeah, I'm trying to think what else might get in there. I know me and you might like Metaphor. Life is
I don't know
Strange.
if I'll be able to get to that.
Yeah, I don't know if
But
I'll be able to get the
yeah,
Metaphor
Life is
either.
Strange is
Life is
another
Strange,
one.
definitely. That'll be definitely a big contender, I think. And then there's just
Mhm.
a bunch of random indies that still don't have dates, right? Plucky Squire comes
Yeah.
to mind for me.
Lucky Squire.
That Neva game sounds very interesting.
Have a
No date yet, but just a bunch of things, right? So I don't know. We'll have to see if all these things end up even getting dates. We're getting down to the wire here, and we still don't have a ton of dates for a lot of the smaller
yeah, it's
games.
very odd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Granted, I guess let's wait till we get past Gamescom and then see where we're at. But
Where's Mean of the Holler?
yeah, yeah. Where is that? You know,
Where's
where's
that
so
game?
many things. You know, it's there's just a lot that's supposed to still come out
Silk
this year.
Song.
There's no way that comes out.
That game doesn't exist. That game's
Right,
not real.
right.
It's
One of us
really
is
not a
gonna
game.
pick it in fantasy next year. Yeah,
And
we're
it still won't
still
come
not
out.
gonna get it. Yeah, we're
It's
still
been
not
what,
gonna get
2
it.
years already?
Yeah, at least.
I picked it last year, right?
Yeah, yeah. Crazy, crazy with that game. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how everything plays out here with game of the
Oh
year.
boy.
Not too much. Yeah, I don't know. I am very much looking forward to Star Wars week though. That's gonna be very fun.
Mhm.
I have off the
Got some
week
previews
after
this
that,
week.
which I'm looking forward to a lot. So
Ooh.
I'm playing the shit out of Star Wars
Just a
that whole
regular
week.
week off or
Yeah, well, I took off like the 4 days after. What's the holiday in the beginning of September?
Isn't it Labor Day?
Labor Day. There you go. Yeah, because I have off Labor Day anyway, so I just
Yeah.
took the 4 days after that off. So I'll have off that whole week and then into
Cool.
Astrobot. So that's gonna be a fun ass week. Yeah, yeah. See how things go. Anyway, we haven't done this in a while. Do we want to play a game? Character rankings?
Sure. Yeah. Let me pull up our character rankings.
I guess before we move on, do you have anything you want to play next? Like I don't.
Um.
We have a month here. I was thinking about this. Like I don't. I'm busy at work this week too, so I didn't really want to start anything new or whatever. So I don't really
mhm.
know what I want to play next. It's like I'm kind of falling off Paper Mario a little bit. I like it a lot, but it's not a.
I'm surprised you haven't like beaten it though.
Yeah, no. You could tell it's not entirely grabbing me because I
Hmm.
haven't, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Or it is just not to like that
Yeah, it
extent.
might just be not a right now thing. I'm just not like super into it. I do like the game a lot. I like the writing. It's very cute, very charming. The gameplay is actually really fun too. So yeah, I don't know for whatever reason it's just not like
It's not
fully
like super long, you
getting
know.
me. Yeah, no, it's like what 25, 30 hours or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just not playing, not having the want to play that as much as I would like. So I
Yeah.
don't know what else I want to get into. We got a month
It could
here.
be RPG. I mean, that's even shorter than that, right? It's like half the length.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know if you have. Did you end up buying RPG?
yeah. I bought RPG back when it
Okay.
came out.
Yeah, me
So
too. Me too. I have that. I don't have Paper Mario right now. I mean, I'm still wanting to play Baldur's Gate.
mm,
I just haven't like I haven't had that much drive to be playing stuff,
yeah.
really, you know? Um, yeah, we could do character rankings.
Okay.
I was not fully prepared. I have the list up, but you if you have a character you want to start with, you can go for it.
Um. Hmm. I don't know. Can't think of one at the moment.
Yeah, let me. Okay, we could how about do a fighting game character? We have a lot of fighting game characters.
Sure.
Um, what Mortal Kombat characters? We just talked about Mortal Kombat. We have. Let me see. I don't know if you have the list pulled up too. Okay, so we have Sub Zero and Scorpion.
Ooh, hang on. We got some more stuff from Jason Schreier about the whole Bungie situation.
Oh, sure.
He says here, just to clear up some rumors floating around, Destiny 3 was not canceled because it was never in development, per people familiar. Bungie did some very early work on a spin-off project called Project Payback, but they canceled that a while ago. I'll have a story tomorrow with more info. They said Bungie gave Naughty Dog feedback that Naughty Dog found extremely helpful when making. He doesn't say what it was making when making what was likely a very smart decision to not go all in on the live service game. And then he says people laminating this cancellation should really look at the history of single player studios pivoting to make service games such as Anthem, Suicide Squad, Marvel Avengers, and Redfall, and so on. Has not worked out well.
Hmm.
Okay. Clearing some
A
things
little
up
more
there.
clarity, I guess.
Yeah.
I still
So
wonder if maybe Destiny Three
the
could
game that's
be.
shelved is a Destiny spin-off.
Yeah. So like, I wonder at what point like are they going to think about a Destiny 3? Like, maybe it wasn't at the time whenever that was in talks or whatever, but like, yeah, I wonder at like what point is like Herman going to be like if he's in control now, like going to be like, yeah, we should look forward to a not an expansion. Like, let's get to the next game.
I couldn't agree more with that pivoting traditional single player studios to live service games. It doesn't work out well. It never
And that's
has.
what Naughty Dog said, right?
Right. It
Yeah.
is never. Yeah, that's what they said. And the people acting like they could just put that game out and just never touch it again, just never update it live in a live service manner. That's not how these work
Bungie's one of the
anymore.
only people to have done it,
Right. It's
and
just
it's like,
that's not how these things work anymore. You
yeah,
know. And even Bungie wasn't even a single player team before that.
not
Really.
primarily.
Not
Yeah, they did both.
primarily. They
They
did
did
make
both.
single player games, but like
Yeah,
let's be real, the majority of people probably didn't even touch the Halo campaigns. Like I know a lot of people played those and a lot of people have a soft spot for those, but most people were playing Halo for the multiplayer.
sure. I mean, that's fair. They did both. They
They
were a
did do
studio
both.
they were a studio that was excellent at both. Um. All right, so yeah, let's do a Mortal Kombat character. So we have Sub Zero and Scorpion. Um. Who else? Who else would be like in that upper echelon? Raiden
Oof, you're the Mortal Kombat
or
guy.
Raiden? Raiden, I guess. He's probably the next biggest, wouldn't you say? Or Liu Kang.
Yeah, probably.
Who do you think's bigger, Raiden or Liu Kang?
Probably Raiden.
Okay, let's do Raiden then. Where do you think Raiden ranks?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the
Oh, is he lower? I'm assuming you're going to think he's lower than Scorpion and Sub Zero.
yeah, he would have to be. But
Okay,
at this point, the iconic status of all these Mortal Kombat characters is huge, right?
that's true. That's very true. Okay, I'll throw in. So, how does Raiden compare to Heihachi?
Ooh, I'd put him a step below Heihachi.
He's a step below. I think so too.
Yeah.
Um, Interesting. Okay, I'll just start throwing out other characters. What about Crash compared to Raiden?
I'd put Crash above Raiden.
I would. So I guess I'll keep going lower. So kind of towards the middle to lower, we got that bar of Luigi.
Ooh,
Like,
good old Luigi bar.
I just
You
don't think
passed the
he's
Luigi
even.
bar.
Yeah, I don't know if Raiden passes the Luigi bar.
No, I don't think so.
You know,
Luigi's pretty fucking iconic these days.
what about Yoshi? I don't think so.
Yeah, not really.
All right, we'll keep going. Tails,
Where are you at? Like what number?
in the 40s.
You're in the 40s. Okay. Tails?
Tails.
He can go above Tails. Everyone can go
Okay.
above Tails
Okay.
for all I care.
So between Tails, we have Isaac Clarke.
Yeah, I'll go right there.
But
Probably.
he's above Isaac.
Okay. What's
Then
right
we
above
got
Isaac?
Banjo Kazooie.
He's not above Banjo. Yeah,
So
right
okay,
there. I think we found
right there. So
it. Yeah.
the new 46.
The new
Okay.
46, right above Isaac Clarke.
Okay. Do you have a character?
Yeah, let's do what's the Metal Gear guy? Big Boss?
Well, there's a
Snake?
couple.
Let's do
Which
Snake.
one? Which one?
Dude, I don't know the fucking difference. They all look the same.
Well, you tell me which one you want to do. I'll tell you because they have to be different because they're all
What's
different.
what's the main one?
Well, you have the one for which game? Tell me what game.
Okay, what is the main character in Metal Gear 1?
That's Solid Snake.
That's Solid Snake? Okay. Let's do him.
You want to do Solid Snake? Okay.
Yeah.
So Solid Snake is in 1 and 4,
I should
and in
really
2.
play
A little bit
those.
in 2. You should play them. All right, Solid Snake, dude. All right.
I'm gonna play
Solid
that.
Snake's pretty high. I like Big Boss because I love 3's my favorite.
Sure.
I like. I guess technically he's not Big Boss in that game. He's Naked Snake, but like Big Boss is like one of my favorites. Do we have another Metal Gear character?
Whenever people talk about Metal Gear, I know how they feel when I talk about Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, I don't know. What are you saying? There's a naked snake, a liquid snake, a solid snake.
Is this our first Metal Gear character?
Is there
I
a
think
gas
it is.
snake?
There's not. There is a liquid snake though. All right, so solid. So do you want to, since you're doing it, do you want to like where you think he should go?
Yeah, I think he's extremely iconic.
Yeah,
he's got
very iconic look.
Top 20 at least, right?
Top 20. Okay, so I'll tell you who number 20 is.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that. I even tell you like a little below that. So 23 is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. 25 is Samus. So I'm just kind of giving you a range there. And then we go to number 20 is Saga Anderson.
Saga Anderson.
We put Saga pretty high up there.
We put Saga really high.
We really like Saga.
Saga was great.
Number 19 is Cloud.
Oh.
Yeah. Number 18 is another character we like a lot. Is Amicia.
Big boys in the top 20, huh?
These are everyone else is going to be a big boy. Then we have number 17 is Andrew Ryan.
Ooh.
Number 16 is Leon Kennedy.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Number 15 is Ryu from Street Fighter.
So this is the Solid Snake's the one we're doing?
We're doing Solid.
Is this like the main guy we all know and love, or is that I'm very confused on who's who in the Metal Gear games. Who do you play as in 5?
That is his name is Venom Snake.
His name's Venom Snake. That's a completely different snake, huh?
Different character, yeah.
It's a different character, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, I didn't play 5, but I think spoiled. I got it like a little spoiled. He's like a clone of like Big Boss or something.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a different character or something. Like he is not
Gotcha.
a like or no, I don't think he's a clone. He's like some weird thing. I don't remember, but The big boss, like they like were trying to like clone him or whatever. That's what Solid and Liquid are.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Solid got all the good stuff, and Liquid got a lot of the bad stuff. So,
Mm.
um, number 14 is GLaDOS. 13 is Kirby. Oh, here's a character we like a lot, but we put really high. Number 12 is Nico,
Mm.
GTA
My
4.
cousin.
Yeah. Number 11 is Sonic. So now we're getting to like
Sonic.
this is going to be top 10, and this is I don't know how far how you didn't even play Metal Gear, so you tell me where did I?
Well, I don't know. I thought all these guys were the same. You know, I thought he was the same
Mm-mm,
protagonist from 1 to 4, or wherever that
no.
timeline ends. Who do you play as this
He is the
4? Who is the
protagonist. Of,
old man? He's the
that
protagonist
is
in
Solid
4.
Snake.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And he plays someone else in 5. That's so interesting to me. Five's the only one I played, so I don't.
Five takes place after 3, but
Interesting.
before
Okay,
like 1 and 2.
okay,
It's like
okay.
it's kind of a
Who do
prequel,
you play
but
as in 2? I know you play as
um,
that other guy in 2. Everyone knows
you
that,
play
but
as the opening mission is Solid,
that's solid. So
but
that's
the
the one
rest
we're
of the game
talking
is
about.
Raiden. Yeah,
Raiden. Okay, okay,
yeah.
gotcha. I'm gonna say what was 16?
16 is Leon,
I would say what's below Leon.
Andrew Ryan.
I think he can go above Andrew Ryan. I think he's
Interesting.
iconic enough to go
So
above
you
Andrew
think
Ryan.
you don't think he's as iconic as Leon?
No, I
You
wouldn't
think
put him
Leon's
above
more iconic?
Leon. Maybe that's just a personal thing, but I wouldn't put him
Sure.
above Leon.
I think Snake's a better character because Leon just doesn't really have like that much. He's just kind of the action hero, but you know, Leon just has that cool factor. He's very iconic. Yeah, we can put Solid Snake at 17.
Okay, okay, cool.
He's our new number 17. And like I said, I as much as I love Solid Snake, I like Big Boss more
Sure,
from
sure.
because of 3. I love him in 3. But yeah. Do you have any other character you'd like to do next?
Have we
'Cause I
done
have a big one to
Bayonetta?
do. I don't think we have. No?
Let's do Bayonetta.
Okay. Do you want me to kind of pick a place there or
Yeah, sure, go for it.
all right. Let's see. Bayonetta. Pretty iconic look.
Definitely iconic look. Very fun character.
Man, we have Clive Rossfield really high.
What's he at?
30.
Mm,
He's above Heihachi and Sub-Zero. I don't know.
Yahachi.
Yeah, as much as I like Clive, yeah, I don't know. I think we kind of
Think he got the benefit of we played his game right at the time we were making it,
maybe.
making the list.
It's like I love Riku. I know that we're the um Kingdom Hearts fans here. And that's our favorite character. Well, I guess technically not mine, but it's one of our favorite characters from that series. Is Bayonetta better than Riku? I
I
know
would
you're
say
not a
no.
big Bayonetta fan.
I would say no. Oh, I like
You would say
Bayonetta quite a bit actually.
okay. Okay, then right below that is Doomslayer. Doomslayer might be more iconic.
Might be more iconic. Damn, some heavy hitters here too.
Bayonetta's got a cool factor to her.
She does. She has a giant cool factor to her.
She's very
I
cool.
think you're in the right area for sure.
Okay.
For sure. What's one below Doomslayer?
Chai. We love Chai so much.
And Chai got the shit end of the stick there, man.
Chai is
Fuck,
awesome.
man.
I'll put her below Chai.
Ah, I don't
And
know.
after that,
Chai
Sora.
could be a top 10er. They made more, you know.
Could be. And right below that, Sora.
She can go above Sora. I'm fine with that.
But then I'm gonna throw this out there because this is also my boy.
Yeah.
Right below Sora is Majima.
Man, dude, 30s are rough too. 30s are rough too, man.
Is Bayonetta better than Majima? I'm gonna ask.
I mean,
I don't
you
know.
gotta ask yourself that one.
Majima
That's
is
an
super
internal
cool.
question for you. Majima is cool. Did you see the trailer for the TV show?
Yeah, I couldn't really tell who's who.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
Like, I could
Weird
tell.
trailer.
I think that's supposed to be Kiryu, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't have any presence like Kiryu does.
Why was it
It's
like a
very
CGI
odd.
back?
I don't know.
Like,
I
what are
don't
they?
know.
What's going on
It's a
here?
weird. It was a really weird.
Yeah. He's like
Um,
watching clips of the video game. I'm like, what's he? What?
Number 38 is Zag. I'm gonna put her in between Zag and Majima.
Oh, from
I think I like.
Hades.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think I
I should
like.
go back and beat that.
You should.
That
Yeah, I
got
think I'm gonna
really
put.
fucking hard though when you were fighting Hercules or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, game got really fucking difficult.
yeah, I did. All right, I'm gonna put her below Majima, but above Zag.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Um, so that was three characters. Uh, I got a heavy hitter. Sometimes we got to throw some heavy hitters out here. Okay, there's three options. Well, I guess four from the franchise I could pick, and we'll eventually get all four of them. So I'm not gonna go the biggest one, but I'm gonna go the second biggest one, who's my favorite character from the series. Where are we gonna put Cortana?
Ooh,
Cortana, the
interesting.
best character in the Halo franchise.
Ooh, better than Sergeant Johnson? I think not.
Mhm.
Think not.
The four characters were Chief, Johnson, Cortana, Arbiter. I mean, that's who you would
Okay,
put.
okay.
But eventually, we'll get all four of them.
Don't like Captain Keys?
Oh, dude, Keys is great. I mean, honestly, I don't hate what's it, Locke as well.
What's
Locke's
the
fine.
what's the brute you fight at the end of Halo 2? What's his name?
I don't remember his name. The White
Mm,
Brute. Yeah.
yeah. Cool boss fight.
Uh, Cortana. Cortana's high. I'm. It's biased, but I'm putting Cortana super high.
Yeah, fat ass. Um,
I think I know where I would put her.
not a fatter ass than Sergeant Johnson though.
But the Halo 4 Cortana.
Ooh, good point. Good
I
point.
mean,
Good point. That reason
you
I
can't. You can't.
whatever she
You
was
can't.
doing during that time, you know.
She's doing a lot of yoga.
A lot of a lot of hologram yoga.
I know where I would put her.
I like Cortana. I think where are you going? Because you're going like really high. It sounds
Top 10.
you're going top 10, really. I don't think she's anywhere near
Cortana is
that.
better than
You
Abby.
really have like the emotional connection to put her in the top 10.
Yeah, I think Cortana's a better character than Abby.
Better than Abby? No,
Mhm.
no fucking chance.
Put her at number 9 above Abby.
Number 9 above Abby.
Yeah.
Why?
I think she's a better character.
Yeah, but like, what do you
I
really
think she's
get
the
out of
best character.
Cortana? Like, she is like the voice of Halo
Mhm.
in a lot of ways, but I don't know. I can't think of like a really good Cortana moment where I'm like, oh, this character is fucking incredible.
I think a lot of the stuff in 3 is great for like going crazy, starting to go crazy.
I
I think
almost
her in
feel
4 is
like
pretty
the
great.
later games, yeah, she's better
Yeah.
than Halo 1, 2,
Infinite. I love her
3.
moments in Infinite.
Yeah, like I feel like she has better moments in 4, 5 Infinite than 1, 2,
Sure.
3. 4 is really the game where she shines the most.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would not go top 10. I mean, we could go up there if you want, but
I mean, that's where I would put her
okay.
because I don't think she's better than Kiryu,
I mean, I'm
but I
thinking
think that
more
she's
like
better than Abby.
30s.
I mean, it's a ranking for both of us, even though if I
Okay,
would
I say
disagree.
we even off in the 20s then, if you're going way up there.
Number 20 is Cloud.
Not better than Cloud.
Okay. Number 21 is Saga Anderson.
I can go above Saga.
Number 22 is Joker from Persona 5.
Yeah, I would
23
definitely
is
go above
Raz
that. That's too high.
for Joker.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I
He's
mean,
not
we
even
have
a
Joker's.
character.
Yeah, he's more of a character than you think he is. He also
Maybe.
has an iconic look. Um, we have Raz at 23,
Yeah,
Scorpion
he
at
is kind of the
24.
face of Persona at this point.
Yeah, he's in Smash.
I
I
can
mean,
go above Saga.
above Saga,
Yeah,
not above Cloud.
not above Cloud.
Okay, so she'll be at 21.
21.
Okay, that's way lower than I would put her, but I'll take whatever I can get.
I just don't know what you're seeing in Cortana that much.
I mean, how could any other character other? I guess Chief could be higher just for his iconic status, but Chief's not a better character than
Chief would
Cortana.
be higher for the iconic status. He's not a better
Yeah.
character, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, we got one more character to rank.
Let's do Peppa Pig.
It's not. I wouldn't consider that a big character.
Whoa, sir. I mean, have you played the Peppa Pig game? Let's do
I got one
Brett
because I know
Favre.
where we're gonna put her.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Ashley from Resident Evil 4, the original,
Okay.
dead last.
Dead last, really. You
Yeah,
find her that annoying?
66. because our we haven't really done that many like low characters.
Okay.
So Tak from Tak and the Power of Juju is 65.
We did tech.
Pablo Sanchez from
Los
Backyard
Sanchez should be
Baseball.
so much higher. Should be
Bro,
so much. That should
and
be
number
higher than
our
Cortana.
last place is just because she's silent protagonist. Even though I like her character is Chell from Portal. Like Chell's a better character than Ashley.
Damn, you really hate Ashley, huh?
Yeah, I just wanted to put a character at dead last.
Specifically from the original. Okay.
Specifically from the original.
We can't add in remake Ashley here.
Yeah, because she's definitely different in that game.
For sure. She can go above Tack, I think.
No, no
No,
way.
you,
Because
you like
Chell,
Tack more. Okay, okay.
she's not as good as Chell.
Not as good as Chow. Okay, you really find her that annoying, huh? What about that segment where you play as her? A little,
Yeah, I well, what the
a little
problem
night
is
thing.
the gameplay things make it more annoying.
Yeah,
Not like her always crying. It's like, oh, she's like getting picked up and carried away and all that. Like that it's more the gameplay stuff for me. I don't
mm,
necessarily find her character always quite as annoying. Sometimes they like I feel like they don't need to have her crying every time she gets grabbed. Like Leon. I don't think they need to have her do that all the time.
sure,
But
sure.
I just yeah, I don't think she's much of a character in that first game.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Fuck Ashley.
In remake, she's great. I think she's great in that game.
Okay, okay. Now we're gonna separate remakes characters
Yeah.
and the other ones.
Leon from Leon
Yeah,
from
can you do Leon from original? Well, you might as well add Leon. I don't think we can do this because this is gonna open up a whole slew of problems.
all right.
You know,
th-
like, are we gonna
That's
do
fine.
Resident Evil 2 Leon and then Resident Evil 4 Leon and then Resident Evil 4
Yeah, we're not
remake
doing that.
Leon? We
We're
can
not
still
doing
put
that
her
yet.
dead last, but
Okay. But she is
don't
much better in
specify.
remake. Yeah, yeah,
She is
yeah.
better in remake. I agree.
Much better in remake.
I agree. Shout out to remake. I like
Yeah,
that game a lot.
awesome. I mean,
Kinda
I like
craving
the
some
original
Resident
game
Evil
more.
now.
I think just because, like, yeah, I don't know. I think they're both like 10 out of 10s in their own way.
Sure. All right. Cool. Cool. What's our top 10?
All right, yeah. Let
I don't think
me
we added a new one, but
scroll up a little bit.
I like to hear it. I
We
haven't
didn't.
heard this in a while.
We were going to, but whatever. Number 10 is Zelda. Number 9 is Abby. Number 8 is Kiryu. Number 7 is Dutch. Dutch. Number 6 is Kratos. Number 5 is Garrus. Number 4 is Joel. Number 3 is John Marston. John
John
Marston.
Marston.
Number 2 is our boy, Arthur Morgan. Well,
Oh yeah, time to hit the dusty
and
trail.
then number 1 is Mario.
All right, cool. Like the list.
Our
Forgot we
top
had
10 is great.
Top 10 is
I
great.
think that Cortana should be in the top 10.
I just don't see who she's better in that list.
Abby.
She's not better than
I like Abby a lot. I put her in the top 10, but I just think that Cortana's better.
that. Okay. That's gonna do it for our guys podcast. What's on your shirt, by the way?
Mugen
Ooh,
from Samurai Champloo.
ooh, I like his design. Cool jacket.
He's got a cool design. He his fighting style, he's like a samurai. His fighting style is like a hip hop like breakdance fighting style. So he's very
Ooh.
like flowy and he like whips around a lot and like he breakdance
What's this
fights.
from?
Samurai Champloo.
Champloo.
It's the same
Is it
creator
French?
as no, it's Japanese. It's
Okay.
the same creator as Cowboy Bebop. It was the show he did after Cowboy
Mm.
Bebop. So
Oh.
instead of jazz, it's like samurai's hip hop.
I've been thinking about watching a new anime. Well, maybe
This
I'll
is
get in there.
it's a limited show. I mean, it's about the same amount
Anime.
of episodes. It's
Okay.
like 20 episodes.
Okay. I've
It's
never
great.
seen Cowboy Bebop either.
Ooh, you should watch both those.
Okay. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. That's gonna do it for Nerdic Guys podcast episode. Where the fuck were we? 234.
Mhm.
Yeah, episode 234. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdgods. You know, Spotify available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
Just make Destiny 3.
Yeah, just
You
go
don't need,
for
you don't need
that.
marathon.
Go for
You
that.
don't need a
Go make
MOBA.
Halo. Go make Halo. Can we go back and make Halo? Let's make Halo.
You know, Xbox reacquire them, and then and then you
Dude,
know they can make
whatever.
Halo.
Can PlayStation and Xbox work out a deal where they just fucking make Halo?
They could just make it.
Like
Yeah,
that'd be
Microsoft
weird,
pays
but
them to
like,
make
yeah, I
Halo.
don't know. Like, so, Xbox pays PlayStation to pay Bungie to make Halo.
And
We all,
343 can it could be like Call of Duty. 343 could be an assistant team, and then they're
yeah,
all there
sure.
making Halo.
I
You
think
know.
we all just shut 343 down. Who cares? I'm sorry. That's more lost jobs. I didn't mean that. That's gonna do it for the podcast, everyone. All right, bye.
Bye, everybody.